Hey, happy people, and how are you today? Diane McKendrick coming to you live from my office. I'll give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what just happened. I just recorded the most insanely amazing welcome and intro video for you, and I finished and I dusted myself off and I was like, that was next level. That was even better than anything I've ever done. And I looked up, top left, where it says recording now, and it wasn't recording, it said pause. And I wanted to chuck a tantrum and drop my bottom lip out and fold my arms, which maybe I did for a second there, but then the compelling new identity, the new default came in. What would she do? How would she react to this? What action would she take? So that's what this masterclass is about. This is what this module is dedicated to. It is dedicated to helping you create a very intimate bond with what I call your future self or your compelling new identity. So you can choose whichever one feels good for you. And the purpose and intention is to so deeply connect you to that insightful, profound, wise woman or man inside of you, that they can help you access other parts of your life that you haven't been able to get yet. So a little bit of a backstory of what's happened for me is, you all know I'm writing my second book, Millionaire Mum, the best of both worlds, motherhood, money, and mindset. I am up to the last chapter and I literally have about half a chapter to go. So the last chapter, chapter number 10, is called Compelling New Identity. You are her and she is you. And it's all about this connection with the compelling new identity, the future self, and how there's some things that we want in life. And in order to get them, we need to call her in and we need to be her. We need to integrate her into us. She doesn't stay out there anymore. We need to bring her in here, because making decisions and taking actions from what we know in the past and what we've been taught isn't enough anymore. It's got us where we are today, but we desire more. We want more for life. So we're going to bring her wisdom in and we're going to set it as your default so you can access her very quickly and very organically, most moments in most days. So that's the purpose and intention of this masterclass. And the way that we're going to do that is through several different things that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a questionnaire that I typed out for myself as I was writing my book, and I got to that last chapter and I found myself procrastinating, making excuses, numbing myself, scrolling. And then if I did get my butt here in front of the computer to finish the book, I'd sit there and I'd type something out and then I think, no, it's just not right. It's just not really, it hasn't got that to it. So I'd delete it all. Other times I'd sit here for hours just staring at the screen and being like, oh my gosh, why can't I do this? Now, I did everything, guys. I did everything that I know in terms of what I help my clients with. I did fear neutralization process. Am I scared? Is it the fact that I'm scared? Is there fear around here? Because obviously it's a big call, right? It's a big, bold declaration to the universe. In my manifestation of being a millionaire, I'm writing a book about this prior to actually being one in real time. So I'm like, is it scared? No, I've worked through all of that. I leveraged my pain. I let myself go into pain, a stimulated environment of pain. No, it wasn't that. I'll take it away. What if I was to take it away and I tried that, it didn't work. So many things that I was doing. And then the wise woman come in and she said to me, trust the process. It's not the time yet. It's not the timing. There's something else that you've got to learn. And so I wanted to listen to that. Ego was going nuts saying, I've got a timeline on this. I've pre-sold my book. I've already had so many copies pre-sold. People have paid me for the book. Side note, if you want a copy of this book on pre-sale, it's still on pre-sale. Full price, it'll be $35. Pre-sale at the moment is $22. Millionaire Mum, the best of both worlds. Motherhood, money, and mindset. You can get yours for $22 now. Now, if you're keen and you do want to get your copy on pre-sale, you can go to www.thosetwosisters.com. You just go up to the shop tab, come down, you'll see it, and you can get both of the books there. So anyway, that's a side note. If you want your copy, go get it. And so the ego is telling me, people have bought the book, you've got to deliver, you've got to do it. And I sat down and it's been, guys, probably a good month or two, and I haven't made any progress on this last half of a chapter. And so I thought, this is it. I've got to listen. I've got to connect with her. I'm not writing the old me, the one that I've known up till now, that's done everything up till now, has written the book up until now. But this final chapter calls for something more. It calls for me to intimately access this woman and bring her here and connect with her and let her write. So there is somewhere in your life right now that you're doing this. You're calling in something more, you're desiring more, whether it's in your physique, like in your body, in your relationships, in your finances, in your income, in your work, in your job, whatever it is, there's a step that you want to take. There's something sitting in your vortex right now, and you've probably been thinking about it for a little while, and you just can't make it happen. No matter how much personal development you do, no matter how many morning walks you go on, no matter how many follow-up calls you do, the thing is just not happening. You're reading the books, you're doing the manifesting, you're declaring boldly, you're going through the tests of the universe, and it's still not happening. The missing piece for you guys is compelling new identity, future self. They're too far out there. You don't know who they are. We need to bring them in. So this is designed, I'm going to check that I'm recording, good. This module is designed to intimately connect you with her, to let her call the shots. And it's deep and it's big and it's the next step for me and all of you. And I have literally sat here over the course of the last couple of weeks, and this is what it looked like to start: checklists, questions, writing. What does she look like? What does she feel like? If this happens, what does she do? If that happens, what does she do? Like, this is the process that I've taken myself through to write this last chapter of my book and connect intimately to my compelling new identity, to my future self. So in this masterclass, you are going to get all my spreadsheets, all the things that I have. It looks better than this. I've put it all into nice, tidy little bundled packages of checklists, of spreadsheets, of meditations. You name it, I've done it, and you're going to get all of it. It is time to get off the hamster wheel. It is time to stop numbing yourself and distracting yourself, because this is the missing piece for so many of you. And this is something that we are going to access consistently throughout our self-development journey. And the beauty of it is, some of you have heard me, if you've been to our half-day workshop, you've heard me talk from stuck to seen. And so basically when women come to me, they're feeling very stuck. And the stuck woman generally is quite unhealthy. She has relationships that are quite strained. Her space that she lives in is cluttered. And then what will happen is they're feeling quite stuck. And then they'll move up the ladder to self-aware. So they become self-aware. They hear a podcast, they listen to a book, they hear me talk, they come to one of the events, and they start to get this awareness. They might come to the half-day workshop, and so now we're aware. And then what will happen in the developmental stages is you move into feeling guilty, because now you're starting to self-care and nurture. You're starting to spend more resources on yourself, being time, effort, energy, and money. And those around you, your husband, your kids, are crossing their arms and they're saying, hold on a second, you spent how much on that course? Or you want 20 minutes to go for a walk every morning? Your kid's like, So you start to feel guilty and you start to question what you're actually currently doing. So the next stage in the process, in the developmental process, is you move to focus. So you move out of guilt, and this is what we do when you work with us and through the mastermind and through the retreats that we run and through all the merchandise. We give you the developmental stages, and then we give you the key concepts and the questioning and the ideas and the meditations. We give you the answers to move on to the next part. So then you move on to being focused. And the focused woman is generally fairly organized. She's received some abundance for doing what she loves. She's clearer on her soul purpose. She's received that abundance. She's got the lifeline bin packed. She's cleaned out her space. The lifeline bin is packed and it's there, but it's still sitting in the back of the car waiting to be dropped off, or behind the couch, which was where mine was for a really long time. And it's still sitting there. And then you start to burn out because you're focused and you're trying to do everything for everybody and you're trying to prove yourself to the world. And you're just really busy and really overwhelmed. You're getting it all done, but you're going to burn out. So the other end of that and the other scale of that is feeling and being seen. You are seen, and I don't mean necessarily on the newspaper, or on the news, or on the front cover of a book, or on the TV, or on your podcast, or on the radio, whatever it is. When I say seen, I mean seen and acknowledged by you. So regardless of what happens in this journey, you have a true, grounded and centered and focused connection to yourself. You are self-governed and you respond, you choose your path forward as opposed to reacting to it constantly. So in this path, most of you are on this hamster wheel running around and around and around and around and around, and it's busy and it's intense and you can't get off. So the next thing for you is to connect in with this higher power, with this higher self, this compelling new identity, this future self, and let her guide you. Let her lead the way. Get off the hamster wheel, step onto that scene block, and feel supported and nourished and loved, and create the life that you desire, the life of your dreams. You cannot create it from the past programming. We need to call in something new. Now, the other part of that process, which you might find if you are focused or seen, like I was deep in feeling and being seen, and in an area of my life, which was writing the book, I got completely stuck again, completely stuck. So everything that we're doing in the modules in this mastermind is there to direct you and guide you and support you and make this process, or the turnaround time, I would call it, quicker. So instead of going into fear, guilt, not enough, paradox, procrastination, we can recognize it really quickly, and we can move through it, and we can call in the compelling new identity to do that. The process that I'm going to take you through is combining science and spirituality, the best of both worlds. And you are going to get so much value. It will absolutely change your life. I've been through the process. I have reversed engineered it and worked backwards and created all the spreadsheets, all the checklists, all the action lists that you are going to need to drop deeply into your compelling new identity. Set that as your default and operate from there more often. So you can call into your life all those beautiful, amazing, wonderful things that you desire, and you can get off that hamster wheel and start to live the life of your dreams.